Why do some people quietly become millionaires, while their friends have no idea they are even saving money? The truth that most financial gurus will never tell you is that the fastest wealth growth happens in complete darkness. The more invisible your accumulation is to the outside world, the faster it compounds. We have been programmed by society to share every success and celebrate every win on social media. But that visibility is exactly what kills your momentum and slows down your financial progress. A study of 10,000 millionaires found that 67% of them built their wealth in total silence. Every time someone notices you are building wealth, you create a new layer of social friction. You invite questions, expectations, pressure, and the quiet judgment of those who feel left behind. Today, I want to show you the 7 rules for growing your wealth so invisibly that nobody will ever suspect your true status. These rules are not about extreme deprivation or living like a monk. They are about building a fortress of privacy that protects your peace while your bank account explodes. By the time anyone actually notices your success, you will already be financially free for life. Rule number 1 is the lifestyle freeze that creates a gap nobody else can see. This is the most powerful weapon in the arsenal of the invisible rich. When your income increases through a raise or a promotion, you must freeze your lifestyle at its current level. Most people get a 10% raise and immediately move into a larger apartment or buy a newer car. They inflate their expenses to match their new income, and their net worth stays exactly at zero. They are running faster on a treadmill that never actually moves forward. The invisible millionaire does the opposite. When their income doubles, their lifestyle stays exactly where it was 5 years ago. Imagine earning $100,000 but living like you still earn $50,000. That growing gap between what you earn and what you spend is where true wealth is manufactured. Because your life looks identical to how it looked years ago, nobody suspects your income has changed. Your neighbors see the same car in the driveway, and your friends see you wearing the same simple clothes. They assume you are stuck in the same position, while in reality, you are funneling thousands of dollars into assets every month. The magic happens when that gap begins to compound in the shadows where no one is looking. This is not about being cheap. It is about being strategic with your future freedom. Rule number 2 is to spend visibly on worthless items to create perfect camouflage. This is a strategy of misdirection used by the wealthiest people I have ever met. They spend small amounts of money on things people can see and judge, but those things are always depreciating assets. They might drive a 12-year-old truck that is worth maybe $3,000. It might have a small dent or some fading paint that signals you are not focused on luxury. Everyone sees the truck, and everyone makes a silent judgment that you are not doing very well. Meanwhile, you are quietly investing $500,000 into total stock market index funds. People only focus on the visible signals of poverty or wealth. If you look like you are struggling, they stop asking you for money or expecting you to pay for dinner. They leave you alone because they think you have nothing left to give. The visible poverty provides a protective shield for your invisible wealth. You choose to optimize for invisible appreciation while accepting visible depreciation. Think of it as a social insurance policy that keeps the wrong people away from your door. By the time they realize you could have bought a fleet of luxury cars with cash, it will be far too late for them to copy you. Rule number 3 is to let your wealth compound in total darkness for decades. Compound interest is like a delicate plant that requires darkness to grow its strongest roots. Every time you check your portfolio or discuss your gains with friends, you are turning on the lights. You are inviting outside opinions that create doubt and emotional interference. The truly wealthy set up their automatic investments, and then they functionally forget they exist. They do not check their accounts daily or even weekly. They understand that the stock market is a machine that transfers money from the impatient to the patient. They might glance at the balance once every 3 months just to verify the automation is working. They let decades pass in total silence while the market does the heavy lifting for them. In the first 10 years, the growth looks boring and almost non-existent. It feels like you are making no progress while everyone else is buying boats and jewelry. Your friends who are buying new cars will seem like they are winning the game. But in years 20 and 30, the invisible accumulation begins to explode into millions. Because you never talked about it, you were never tempted to pull the money out during a market crash. Rule number 4 is to hide every income stream except for one decoy salary. People need to think they understand your financial situation, so they will stop investigating you. Give them one number to anchor on, such as your standard day job salary. Let them believe that $60,000 a year is your entire story. Keep your tax returns and your investment statements locked away in a private digital vault. Never mention the dividend checks or the rental income coming from an LLC they have never heard of. An LLC allows you to own property and businesses without your name appearing in public records. Never talk about the side business revenue or the royalties flowing into your private accounts. The decoy salary satisfies their curiosity, while your real wealth building remains hidden. When you take a nice vacation, they will assume you saved up for a long time on your modest pay. They might even feel sorry for how hard you had to save to afford such a trip. They will never suspect that your passive income alone paid for the entire trip 3 times over. As long as they think they know your constraints, they will never feel resentment or jealousy toward you. Rule number 5 is to cut your expenses in ways that absolutely nobody will ever notice. Most people fail at saving because they cut things that are visible and socially awkward. They stop going out to dinner, or they stop visiting their friends, which makes them look like outcasts. This creates social pressure that eventually causes them to give up and start spending again. The Invisible Millionaire cuts expenses in categories that are completely hidden from view. They spend an hour every year shopping for better insurance rates and lowering their premiums. They raise their deductibles to save hundreds of dollars every month on recurring bills. They cancel subscriptions they no longer use and switch to generic brands that taste exactly the same. They move their investments from expensive managed funds to low-cost index funds. A managed fund might charge you 2% a year, while an index fund charges 0.03%. Over 30 years, that tiny difference can grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars. These changes save thousands of dollars a year, but your social life remains identical. You still attend the same dinners and go on the same trips as everyone else. Nobody knows you are saving $20,000 a year through invisible frugality. You are winning the game without the social cost that usually comes with being cheap. Rule number 6 is to execute a 20-year plan that you tell absolutely nobody about. Society is obsessed with one-year goals and short-term results that can be posted online. But real wealth is a long game played in a very quiet room. Pick a number that represents your total financial independence and work backward. Automate the monthly actions required to reach that number over 2 decades. Then, keep that plan as a secret between you and your bank account. Announcing your plans creates a false sense of achievement that slows down your actual progress. When you tell people your goals, you get a rush of dopamine that makes you think the work is already done. You also become accountable to their timelines and their expectations. Silent plans create a deep sense of personal accountability that is much stronger. You do not need their validation to know you are winning. After 20 years, you will simply wake up one day and realize you no longer need to work. Your exit will be quiet and confusing to everyone who thought you were just an average worker. Rule number 7 is the most important for your peace of mind. You must let people think you are struggling even when you are thriving. When someone asks how you are doing financially, never say you are doing great. Never tell them about your latest investment success or your growing net worth. Instead, use phrases like, "We are managing," or "We are getting by like everyone else." This creates a relatable struggle that ends the conversation immediately. People do not want to hear about other people's money problems, so they will stop asking questions. If they think you are comfortable, they will come to you with loan requests and expectations of help. They will expect you to pay the bill at every family gathering. They will feel resentment when you set boundaries and jealousy when you succeed. But if they think you are in the same boat as them, they will offer you their empathy instead. This protective camouflage allows you to accumulate millions of dollars in total peace. It keeps your relationships based on character rather than the size of your wallet. The final secret to this lifestyle is how you handle the legacy you leave behind. True invisible wealth involves teaching your children the value of work without showing them the balance sheet. If they grow up knowing they are rich, they may lose the hunger required to build their own lives. They may become soft in a world that requires them to be strong. Instead, educate them on the rules of the game in silence. Show them how to invest and how to save using the same invisible methods you used. Let them work a normal job and learn the struggle of earning a paycheck. By the time they inherit the family trust, they will already have the character required to manage it. Wealth is not about what you buy or who you impress. Wealth is the absolute freedom to wake up every morning and decide how you will spend your time. It is the power to say no to things you do not want to do. It is the peace of mind that comes from knowing you are protected from whatever the world throws at you. Start one invisible action this week. Freeze your lifestyle at its current level regardless of your next raise. Move one hidden income stream into an automated investment account. Practice a few phrases of protective camouflage the next time someone asks about your job. The lights are off, and the world is not watching. This is exactly when your wealth will grow the fastest. The noise of the world is just a distraction from the silence of your growth. Build in silence, stay invisible, and win the game on your own terms.